I always thought betrayal would come with red lipstick on a collar, or the scent of another woman's perfume lingering on his shirt. I never imagined it would come in the form of a young man with wide eyes and perfectly ironed shirts who worked 2 floors below my husband. My name is Rachel Simmons. I'm 34, live in downtown Chicago, and until a few months ago, I thought I was married to a man who loved me. Mark and I had been together for 7 years, married for 5. He was everything I thought I needed: smart, driven, polished. We met in an elevator. He cracked a joke about corporate zombies, and I laughed like a schoolgirl. That laugh would later echo in my memory like a warning I never caught. At first, everything was easy. We worked long hours in our separate offices and spent weekends cuddled up with wine and Netflix. But slowly, something shifted. He became distant. Late nights became more frequent. Our conversations turned shallow, like 2 coworkers making small talk in the break room. I told myself it was just stress. That's what you do when you love someone. You rationalize their neglect, convince yourself things will go back to how they were. I never thought Mark would cheat. And even if he did, I never thought it would be with someone like James. The truth came in the form of a forgotten iPad. Mark left it on the kitchen island one Saturday morning when he ran out to get coffee. He'd been jumpy lately, glued to his phone, taking calls on the balcony like he was in a spy movie. That morning, I felt it in my gut, something was off. So, I opened the iPad. I wasn't looking for anything specific. Just a clue. A window into his world. What I found was more than I was prepared for. Messages between Mark and someone saved as J, the kind you don't write to a colleague. Words like, "Last night was amazing," and "I can still taste you," made my stomach lurch. At first, I thought it was a woman. Until I clicked on the photo. James Miller. 25. An intern in the creative department of Mark's ad agency. Bright eyes. Clean-shaven. A face so young he could have passed for a college senior. And very much not a woman. I stared at the screen, feeling the blood drain from my face. I reread the messages. The pictures. The voice notes. The truth spread before me like shattered glass. My husband was having an affair with a man. A man he worked with. A man he was in love with. The days that followed were a blur. I didn't confront him right away. I couldn't. I needed time to process what this meant. Not just the betrayal, but the fact that he'd been hiding this side of himself, possibly his whole life. When I finally did ask him, it was quiet. No yelling. No throwing plates. Just 2 people sitting on opposite ends of the couch, separated by a truth too big to ignore. "Are you in love with him?" I asked. He looked at me for a long time before answering. "I don't know. I think I am." His honesty was like a punch. Not because he admitted it, but because he didn't even try to deny it. I think some part of me hoped he'd say it was just a phase, a mistake, a midlife crisis. But he didn't. "I never wanted to hurt you," he said. "I didn't plan for this to happen." But it did. While I was grocery shopping and folding laundry and planning anniversary dinners, he was falling for someone else. Someone younger. Someone who saw a part of him I never knew existed. People always ask, "Did you see the signs?" Maybe I did. Maybe I ignored them. Love makes you blind like that. There were signs, though. The way he'd tense up when I touched him. How his eyes didn't light up anymore when I walked into the room. The sudden obsession with his appearance. The excuses. The emotional distance. I cried for days. Then I stopped crying. Something inside me shifted. I realized I'd spent too long trying to be the perfect wife. Cooking dinners, managing the home, being understanding, forgiving. But I forgot to take care of me. I moved out 2 weeks later. Rented a small apartment near the lake with big windows and an ugly green carpet. But it was mine. For the first time in years, I had space to think. To feel. To breathe. Mark and I still talked. He apologized again and again. We even had dinner once, a quiet, awkward evening where he told me he was trying to figure things out with James, but it was complicated. I smiled politely and nodded. But inside I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Just release. I started seeing a therapist. Not because I was broken, but because I didn't want to carry the weight of betrayal into whatever came next. I started journaling. Going on solo dates. Laughing again. And one day, months later, I met someone. His name was Aaron. He was divorced too, cheated on by his wife with her yoga instructor, of all people. We met at a book club I never planned to attend. He made me laugh the way Mark used to. But it felt different. Easier. We took things slow. No expectations. Just honesty. Mark called me 6 months after we separated. He sounded tired. Hollow. It didn't work out, he said. James. He left. I didn't ask why. I didn't need to know. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, he added. For everything. I know, I said. I forgave you a long time ago. And I had. Not because he deserved it, but because I deserve peace. Life doesn't always unfold the way we plan. Sometimes the people we love turn out to be strangers. Sometimes the story you wrote in your head gets torn apart in front of you. But that doesn't mean it's the end. I thought I'd be married forever. I thought I knew my husband. I thought love meant sticking around no matter what. Now I know better. Love also means letting go when it hurts. Choosing yourself when no one else will. And realizing that healing isn't about going back, it's about moving forward. I don't hate Mark. I hope he finds peace, wherever he is. But I'm not waiting around for him to figure it out. I've already found mine.